Welcome back to another episode of the We'll Be Seeing Pod. We got a great episode for you guys today. We're talking Sean O'Malley's big win, Logan Paul versus Dillion Dani, what Lauren did over the weekend. If you guys didn't see it, we've got some Mariner Angels talk, a college football goat whale, and all the rest. But it's a Monday. We're back in the seats. How's everybody doing?
Doing good. Bricked up. Fresh new week. Happy to be back.
Let's go.
I'm feeling good. We'll get into it later, but
yeah, I mean, Lauren kind of got me bricked up. Start my week. I'm not gonna lie. Trent also actually had a great hand in getting me bricked up. If I'm being completely
absolutely.
honest.
I mean, he inspired me. Some might say. So.
Before we get into all that, I
God.
want to say we went out this weekend.
Yeah.
And as someone who goes out regularly, I don't see how you find it enjoyable going out in this fucking miserable heat. I can't enjoy myself. I can't even think about anything else other than why am I outside right now?
You just got to have that dog in you.
Dude, to me, it's not even worth it.
Like, the misters are kind of nice. I don't know. If you sit underneath, like, the fan with the mist, like, you can power through. If you're not drinking enough, might be the issue.
Yeah.
I'm just torrential sweating.
Well, I think staying outside is the problem.
Yeah, I mean, also, like, we started outside on a rooftop bar that may have not been, like, the best.
No.
You know what I mean? Because you do get tired. But, I mean, I don't know. I thought it was fun.
The drinking plus the heat, I'm dying slowly.
I thought my initial thought was that the HG supply was going to be like a check-in regroup where we have like one drink and you guys decided to have like a 4-course meal and like 6 drinks outside.
That was crazy.
I don't want to take any responsibility for that. But once we got out of that, I feel like when we were inside, it was fun.
Yeah,
like
no,
we were indoor at the bar.
Can we talk about Trent's seafood binge?
I mean, okay, you started it. You got the pokey tacos. I'm like, well, shit, I'm hungry too. Like, that's all they have up here, which was lame.
Yeah. No, in all fairness, like, I didn't know it was going to be, like, raw fish, like sushi tacos.
Well, that's pokey. Do you not know what pokey is?
I was just like, salmon tacos. I was like, I guess we're hoping for the best.
It said pokey salmon
didn't know pokey, I guess.
Yeah,
that's
pokey tacos at the bar is definitely,
it was crazy.
Definitely questionable, but you had to get something in the system.
Dude,
I mean, so for those of you, we did a bar crawl on Saturday for Lauren's birthday. And the first spot was this like really popular bar in Dallas called HG Supply. It's like a rooftop, really fun. You don't get the food.
You don't.
And you get like one drink and then you bounce.
We
decided to have like 4 drinks. Both of them got pokey salmon tacos while dripping in sweat. And then we decided to go to another bar. And this is, what I will say, this is an eaters group. Like, this group eats when they go out, and I think that's very odd to me because I never eat when we go out.
I just didn't prepare for, like, eating lunch before, which was pretty bad.
That's where I messed up, too.
Yeah. So, and you don't eat, which is fucking...
When I drink, I don't eat because I'll throw it up.
See, that's when I need to eat because Lord knows bad things happen if I don't.
Yeah, exactly. So...
But, like, with the tacos, I will say, because we were upstairs or whatever, I tried to order, like, I forgot what I was trying to order.
A burger or something,
A burger, and he was like, oh, like, it's only, like, the appetizer. So it was, like, either more chips and queso or
some
sushi
salmon.
tacos.
Yeah.
So I was like, I guess we're rolling sushi tacos.
But then you made the move at the next restaurant to double down on the seafood and get a shrimp, like, buffet.
No, it was fried. It was 6 pieces of fried shrimp, and it was actually fucking gas. So
it looked really delicious.
It was so fire.
And also, I feel like this whole conversation, you guys just don't make the right choices. When it's 108 degrees, you don't get the fucking mac and cheese. That's like
that was a question.
That's
it
80 degrees.
It looks so good though. So
we're just like packing heat on top of heat, and then being like, I don't know how you drink when it's hot out.
Yeah. So yeah, for people that don't know, like, Mikey is so against like mac and cheese in the summer. I don't get it. Like it busts.
I'm against hot food when it's hot.
No,
I tried to buy. I tried to get.
Is all your food like a new burger coming out? It's gonna be a little warm.
I'm like, if it's the summertime, lobster rolls that are cold, a salad. Love a good salad with some meat on it. But if I'm indoors, I'll eat it. But we happen to be outdoors where you guys were eating, and it was like getting mac and cheese when it's hot out is like. I tried to get chili one night and at an outdoor restaurant we were at, and I got crucified.
Yeah.
No, chili's for sure a winner food. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Well, I wanted to buy it, and I got crucified into buying like cold noodles.
So he was about to buy chili, and I was like, "You want to ask the waitress how many things of chili she sold in the last fucking month? Because I'd love to know the answer."
He was like, "If she says over 1, you can get the chili."
I really think
It's extremely valid, no?
Too good.
But it was a good time. Did you have fun?
I had so much fun. I appreciate you guys doing that. Yeah, I don't know.
Just a PSA too for everyone out there. This happened while we were there. If you send someone a shot, Don't be a fucking freak show
Oh
and
my
not like
God.
tell the bartender to tell you who got the shot. Because I don't know if you want to tell the story, but
Absolutely, yeah. So like we were at a bar in Dallas, and a bartender, he's just like, hey, like this is for you, and I was like, what's up? And I was like, thanks. He was like, oh, it's not for me, like someone sent it to you, and I was like, oh, like who sent it? And he was just like, he just kind of like walked away. I started talking to Mikey, and I was like, dude, like who sent it? Like I was like looking around, like looking for someone to look at me. I was like, because I'm sure they're wanting to see my reaction.
yeah.
Never did. And then you ended up asking him, and he just would not tell us. And then
He wouldn't budge.
I was
He
like,
would
yo,
not
can you
budge.
please tell me who like sent this? Like, she's not gonna drink it unless you tell us. And he was just like, oh, I can't tell, man. It was one of his like rules. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, sorry, man. And just like walked away. And I
So
was like,
creepy.
that
and
is
for
like,
me, I'm like,
Does that
I'm
mean-
not taking it then, because like that's just
yeah,
weird.
that's
Yeah.
so weird. Like,
Like
what
he
is that
could
guy
have been
just?
like a like he didn't have to say like.
Yeah.
Is he just gonna like get off watching you take the shot, like knowing that he sent it without you knowing? Like, that's the
Yeah.
weirdest
That's
shit.
got to be
ever.
a weird feeling knowing that like
Like
somebody
someone was like looking
Yeah.
at me,
That's what I'm saying.
sent a shot, and then never said anything. And then the bartender won't.
And just
even
wanted
tell
to
me.
watch it.
Yeah.
That makes
Weird.
me feel like like that feels like predatory.
Uh,
Like you're gonna get her a shot, and then later in the night come up to her because you already bought her the shot, and she has no idea you bought it. Like that
Yeah.
was the
Right.
weirdest
It
shit.
was that was
If
the
you
only
do
weird
that-
part of the night.
Fucking.
I knew who it was. I didn't know the guy, but I knew which guy it was because I kind of saw it go down when he ordered it. I wish you guys had come to me before. You went through like the whole
Are
bartender.
you sure now? You're like a little assuming a little bit. Like
No, I'm not assuming.
okay,
So
okay.
this guy was like licking his chops, and he was like licking his chops, backwards hat, like muzzy, like thick muzzy,
What?
and like
Mustache.
he was like smiling and shit, and like staring at. I was with my girlfriend. Lauren was there. Like he was staring at and JJ's girlfriend. Like he was staring at all three of them, just like licking, laughing, like thought he was the shit.
Dude, there's nothing worse than a hard stare.
Yeah, he was like a hard stare, and like it made me uncomfortable. He wasn't
That's
looking at me.
whack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the person that bought you a shot. So probably wouldn't have taken it if I were you. So good job.
Also, what's weird is like I was sitting next to Trent, and then I forgot who was sitting next to me, but I feel like I was between two guys, and I was just like, dude, whoever did that has balls.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
really think, I don't know.
That was an all-time weird move. Like if you do that, you need to like look yourself in the mirror. It's like the weirdest shit ever.
Yeah,
Very
just
weird.
go up and be like, hey,
Or
can
at
I
least
buy
like
you?
tell me you did it like 5 minutes
A
after
little-
or something. Like, hey, yeah,
Good to
that's all
go.
that's all I would want.
Good to go.
But,
That's fair.
no.
And even if you didn't want to take it, be like, thank you though.
Yeah.
You know?
And I never took it because I was like, I don't.
Yeah,
trust
as you
this.
shouldn't have.
what
Like that's
heck
the
is this?
weirdest thing
I took
of
it.
all time.
Did you?
I took it.
Are you good?
I ate the lemon
I
drop
guess you
shot.
made it today.
I did eat the lemon drop shot. It was a little warm, but
Yeah.
that was because it was sitting there for a while. But
It
yeah,
was
no,
sitting
I faced that shit.
I respect it.
I mean, speaking of facing shit,
What if
Al-
he just watched Chelly take and he was
Yeah.
like, that's not that's not who it was for.
Yeah, I'm looking over. I'm like,
Thanks,
I
brother.
appreciate it, man.
so he's like,
Dude,
he's like,
dude.
stop that.
just looks at him. But speaking of facing it, Aljamain Sterling got his face blown off by Sean O'Malley.
Yes,
this
he did.
weekend. I don't know if you guys saw it.
Mm-hmm.
No, I saw it and I faded him.
See, here's the thing. I almost the whole week was like, this might be the fight where Sean O'Malley gets his shit kicked in. And my reasoning was that Aljamain just going to take him down and just like dog fuck him on the ground. Like
Yeah.
there would have
He
been
is
no,
like a bigger dude.
there would have been no, and Aljamain Sterling's like head and shoulders wrestling above Sean O'Malley. So it would have been like, and even hearing Sean talk about it on the podcast with Bradley Martin, I don't know if you guys saw that.
Uh-huh.
But Bradley Martin basically cut out a part of the podcast where Sean was talking about he had like an injured rib, and his whole thing was like, if I get taken down, the fight's over. Like in the clip, he's literally like, I wouldn't bet on me. Like this is like, I'm fucked up. Like I haven't grappled all training camp. So he didn't grapple once in his training camp. So if Aljamain Sterling just did what he's really good at, like that fight's probably over in like the first 2 rounds for Aljamain. But I think you saw kind of like the Conor McGregor fight where Sean O'Malley's just like, and I'm sure like Josh can attest this too, he's a big UFC guy. Like Sean O'Malley's probably one of the most like proficient strikers in the UFC. Like when he's in his bag, like the way he can like snipe an opening is insane. And I think Aljamain probably just got caught up in the like, I'm going to do what you're really good at instead of just like beating you at my game. Like I want to beat you at your game, and was like throwing haymakers.
Dude, Sean is just like, he's just so quick. Like every time he would like move, you could see like him like back up or whatever. I was like, he's just a dog. And it's just, I mean, I don't remember the last time I really watched a fight or whatever, but like it's just weird. Like they're just looking at each other in the eyes the whole time. Like it's just like I don't know. It's pretty cool to watch.
Yeah, I posted a full fade. I took
Wow.
Jermaine over takedowns, didn't have a single one, and then
He
took
almost did. Yeah.
took Gary.
He almost, if he got that one, I think that would have
Just
changed
shiny,
the
like
fight
he like slipped for a second. I was like,
drastically.
more than 3 takedowns. That's so many.
But if you watch Aljamain fight, that's not like totally out of the question.
Right.
Yeah, that's his whole style.
Didn't have a single one.
Yeah, O'Malley just does a good job of like keeping distance and staying away from him.
He's
He
so
uses his
quick.
feet so well, and he throws feints. So like, Aljamain doesn't want to shoot because he thinks he's throwing a million punches. He just keeps going at him, feigning, and then he eventually catches Aljamain diving in, and then catches him with that shot.
And the setup was literally identical to when Conor McGregor knocked out Jose Aldo. Like, I think it's called like a teep kick to like set it up, and then he like put his left hand up to like for hand control and like for range finding, and then just let Aljamain like unload a left, and then his jaw's just wide open, and like Sean's an insane boxer, so he just fucking.
I swear, every favorite in the UFC fucking loses.
The really heavy ones, it feels like whenever there's like a minus 400, like it's always some fuck shit.
Yeah. It's always the last legger and it always fucks you.
I think my favorite part about like all the UFC fighting and like everything coming to kind of an end, well, like for per fight, is like the edits on TikTok, dude. They're like my favorite.
Fire.
Oh,
They're so
absolutely.
he's like I'm gonna disconnect his face from his jaw, and it's like fucking Sean O'Malley just fucking him up. I'm like, let's go. It's like some hype ass song. That's my favorite. I'm just like dope because the content that comes from it is insane.
Yeah.
UFC
They
content.
put like the boys edit behind it. It's like they've been doubting you, and it's like Sean O'Malley like
Yes.
training.
Can I
Yes,
know the
dude.
story about why you have his Xbox and why he signed it?
Yes.
Yeah,
it's
so
crazy.
I posted on Twitter last night. I was like, random flex, but I guess now is probably the best time to flex it.
All time flex now.
All time flex now.
Yeah.
So I have a signed Xbox from Sean O'Malley, and he signed it on every single side of the Xbox. There's 4 sides to the Xbox. He signed it every single time, every single side. And he also inscripted KO December 11th because whoever he was fighting December 11th, he's like, I'm going to fucking knock them out.
Did he?
I think
he
he
did.
wants. Oh.
He knocked them
Oh.
out in 12 seconds. It
So
was like one of the
how
coolest
did
things
you
I've
get
seen.
possession of this Xbox?
So Sean O'Malley streams on Twitch. He streams Warzone, and one of my good buddies who I actually just met on like Xbox and just kept friends with throughout the years. He is a moderator in his Twitch chat, and then Sean flew him out. They became pretty good buddies just from smoking together and doing whatever together. And he's like, Sean wants to sell his Xbox because he's upgrading to a PC. He's like, I can ask Sean because I was trying to get the new Xbox because they were impossible to get. I'm sure you guys remember that. When
Yeah.
Nobody could get
Yeah.
PlayStation, nobody could get Xbox. He's like, yeah, do you want to buy Sean's? Like, we'll give it $500. I was like, yeah, like I'm down. He's like, I can ask him to see if he can sign it. Sure enough, signed it a bunch. I got the Xbox and I was like, dude, he signed it 4 times. Like, it's so ugly. I covered it in like a skin. Like, my whole Xbox is covered in like a Galaxy skin.
Oh yeah.
So last night I was like, I'm pretty sure Sean O'Malley signed this Xbox. And I like ripped off the skin. I was like, sure enough. I put a picture of it on
That's a
Twitter.
lot cooler now.
Yeah. I was like, everyone's
Get
like,
the
you're
skin
gonna-
off now.
I was gonna ask you guys, what do you think I do? Like, do I sell that now? Like, I really like Sean seems like a cool dude. I'm not personally
Sick-
friends with him.
sick
Like,
dude.
what'd you say?
No, he's sick.
He's
I
dope.
think
He's a
he
champ.
keep
I think you
thing.
keep it.
Yeah, that's like a keepsake.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong too. He's the first guy off the Contender Series to hold a belt.
I'm not positive on that, but he was for sure on the Contender Series.
Okay.
And the announcing on that, have you ever seen that?
Yeah,
With Snoop Dogg,
right? Oh my O'Malley. I don't know. Have you guys ever seen that?
I
I
have
don't think
heard of
so.
it, but I didn't
Do you know what the
see it.
Contender Series is?
It was like that UFC thing where they had followed the guys
He
coming
was,
up.
he was on The Ultimate Fighter.
He was on The Ultimate Fighter. Okay, yeah. So I guess he was on like this show they have called The Ultimate Fighter, where they bring in like a bunch of like up and coming like amateur fighters or
Mhm.
like really beginning in their pro scene.
Mm.
And like a lot of them really don't end up doing anything. Like a lot of them just end up being like soup cans that get like the shit beat out of them
Yeah.
once they get to the UFC. And he was like, I guess, one of the guys that has been like really good. I know Nate Diaz was on The Ultimate Fighter too, right?
Yeah, he was.
It was
But
like
he hasn't
it's
held
like
the belt.
Yeah, he held the belt.
Oh, he held the
Nate
belt?
Diaz got one, so yeah.
Okay,
that's-
so probably Nate.
yeah.
Yeah.
it's like Last Chance U, but for UFC fighters, kind of. a little
Yeah,
bit.
that's a good.
It's,
yeah.
it's like they just kind of get guys from like different leagues that like the one this year was like vets from the UFC, so like guys that got kicked out against up and comers, and like they just go off against each other. So they
That's
kind of just like build like it depends on the season. They do it differently. Like there was a lightweight one where they had all the champions from like different divisions or different like promotions around the world come. So like there were like all the best fighters at that weight class. So like they just kind of depends on the season.
Hot take: I could give two fucks about UFC.
Wow. I think
Like,
it's sick.
what don't you like about it? I'm
Too much. There's
curious.
too much to follow, man. I don't know.
When there's a surgical finish like last night, though, when you like watch it and you realize how much is like going into it, and like how crazy like they have to understand like spacing to be able to just let a punch miss them, and like know that it's coming, and like being able to look at like someone's body, and like once you I think understand what's happening, and you don't just look at it from like, oh, there's two guys like trying to beat the shit out of each other, and like you're saying, like how much there's movement and how much is going into every millisecond. It's pretty fascinating because my brother's huge into it. So when we started fighting, he would like just nonstop talk throughout it, but like be explaining what's happening, and like when they put like their hand up and he like grabs his hand, it's like called like hand control, and like also like your range finder. So like that's the distance of the punch. So like when he puts that up, he knows that like if Aljamain throws it, like he has enough room to be able to back up and then come for it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
I
interesting.
normally don't watch UFC fights, but I love Suga or whatever. But I really think it's just how you market the fight on like whether or not I'm gonna watch it, which kind of leads me into like the Dillion Dani and Logan Paul.
That shit's wild.
That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about all that?
What do you think?
I mean, I think it's. I really actually don't know how I feel about it because at first it was like the memes and the photos that he's posting were like funny as shit, and like obviously he's trying to like poke the bear a lot, but I feel like it's kind of overdone a little bit, don't you think?
As someone with a significant other, I would love to get like your take on it. I feel like I've heard two sects of stories. Like one being you should leave the family out of it, which is like what Sean said. He was like, I did it one time. I was like, that felt awful. So
Yeah.
just keeping it to the guy I'm fighting. And the other side of it is Jake Paul literally did this to Dillion Dani
Oh, he
when
did.
they were gonna fight. Like Jake Paul was posting like foul photos of like his girlfriend and like saying like really fucked up shit. So I feel like I can see both sides. I also think now that like Logan Paul is starting to get really famous again, he's like kind of a scumbag. Like he really doesn't have anyone that he's like very close to, and it seems like everyone that has had an interaction with him is kind of like a super douche. And I love Conor McGregor, and this is like Conor McGregor's like little son in like the fighting world, like Dillion Dani. He literally has been with him forever. So I think it's like hysterical. I feel really bad for her though. I
Yeah.
feel like she doesn't deserve it.
Definitely not.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like normally I wouldn't like it or whatever, but it's so interesting to see how he keeps finding new pictures
Well, you
of
know-
new men. I'm like, when does it stop?
The
Like, how
count's
long
at
can he
58.
continue this?
There's
It's
a count.
crazy.
It's at 58.
So, like, I feel like any other, like, fighter's girlfriend, like, this wouldn't really be a thing, but, like, oh my gosh. Like,
Yeah.
he just has so much
I was about
ammo.
to say, if it wasn't like he has a new photo every time he tweets it, then maybe it'd be too much. But dude, if she's been this much of a generational talent, then by all means, post it.
I think
Because
people forget though she was an SI swimsuit model since she was like 19. So a lot of these are at like I'm sure after
No, for
parties where
sure.
people are like, oh my god, like can I get a photo with Nina?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like she's been relevant since she
But
was.
he
like,
did like a whole meme picture of like all the guys I guess she's like kissed in the ocean. There's like 10. I was like, golly,
the
dude.
photo, see, like I can back her up when it's like, oh, like they just look like they're taking a photo at an after party, but then there's like her tongue might be down his gullet, and like we can't defend that, Logan. I'm so sorry. I'm trying so hard,
I
bro.
do feel bad for her though, but at the same time, it's like it's great marketing. You got to respect it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're talking about it right now, right?
Mhm.
So
For
he's
sure.
done his job, right?
Yeah.
and it's almost doing like to relate it to. I don't know if you guys remember the Conor McGregor Jose Aldo buildup. I think the only reason why Conor was able to knock him out in 14 seconds is because Conor was saying like the most foul shit to Jose, and it like completely rattled him, and that's why he got in the cage and like within the first minute tried to throw a fucking like world beater at him. And I think like that's Dylan's plan here, and the fact that Logan has disabled his comments on Twitter, he's now blocking people that tag him in Dillion Dani's tweets, and he refuses to address it. Like his head has to be gone. Like there's no way he is in any sort of mental state to be like, oh, it's fucking whatever. Like we're just selling the fight. Like he has to be taking this.
Oh yeah, it's definitely past the point of we're just marketing the fight.
Dude.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
way
Turn the
past
comments
that.
off is nuts.
But it like it's
The comments off
literally
is crazy.
it's crazy.
this
Like, that's
fight's
soft.
when in October. It's fucking August.
Yeah.
Like how long is this shit gonna
That's
go
what
on
I'm
for?
saying.
First press conference is Tuesday, and I'm tuning in. It's
For
tomorrow.
sure.
Like I have to.
And that's coming from someone who really doesn't care about like the fight, doesn't keep up with the fight world, and then
Yeah.
he's got me locked in.
Yeah, like I
so-
don't give a rat's about
You're
this fight,
right.
but like they have to. Like I know if I see real anger at this press conference, like I'm buying this. That'll be the first YouTube fight I buy,
Yeah.
no matter what happens.
You can thank Conor McGregor for why I hate the UFC so much.
Well, the McBrady
Um,
was.
Well, I was just gonna say that fighting in general, like the world of fighting, it's the only real sport that you can't just be a casual. I feel like you can't be a casual. You can be a casual NFL fan. You can be a casual
For sure.
EPL fan. But UFC, it's like, do I really know what the fuck's going on?
Mm-hmm.
You're either all the way bought in on UFC, or you are like, I'm gonna watch the McGregor fight tonight. Like that's how I feel, because I want to be a UFC casual so bad. There's just so much going on.
Yeah.
NFL, I could be like, oh, I'm gonna throw the Raiders game on, and like I'm gonna fucking relax, and I'll watch Derek Carr if I was like a casual fan. But UFC, you can't be like, oh, I'm a casual UFC
There's too
fan.
much going on. Like if
Exactly.
you're watching like two guys like jujitsu wrestle on the ground and you have no idea what's going on or like what they're trying to set up, it
Yeah.
just looks so body.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
Exactly.
agree. I mean,
Yeah, I think back on the Dillion Dani thing, I don't think people really realize that he isn't a fighter at all. Like, he hasn't proven anything outside of the jiu-jitsu world. So, like, this is the only way that he's able to promote the fight, because nobody's watching it because he's a good boxer. He's terrible.
in the
Like,
jiu-jitsu world though, he's like cracked the fuck
He's like
out.
the be-
That should
he's
be
one of the
known.
best,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think he's like
an
dipped out on a
all-timer.
lot of fights too. That's kind of
Yeah,
why.
he
That's the
has.
thing. Is like
Yeah.
he's trying to promote. It seems like he's trying to make his money before the fight because he doesn't want to fight.
Which, by the way, go get your bag, dude. Like, go jump on an elk. Like, go do whatever you want to do.
Dude, think about how much money he's making from Twitter
Yeah.
just by posting all this photos.
Each post has like 3 million
Yeah.
impressions.
He's-
like
Dude,
he's collecting a bag.
he's making easily like 50.
And there's like
racks.
5K comments under every single one.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like 50K probably if I had to guess.
And at the end of the day, dude, like once that fight is over, and they see the handle of people that have actually bought the fight, probably because of them. Like if you're Logan, let's say you win and you get that paycheck, and this kid did a phenomenal job of getting everyone interested in it. Like you can probably step back and be like, "Wow, I mean, I'll take this money."
Imagine Logan wins and Dylan just doesn't stop posting photos. Like you log on and you just see the most heinous shit.
You won the battle, but did you not win the war?
Literally. But like, you know why I get really upset when I see that shit? Because I do get upset sometimes because Logan and what's her name? Nina. Like I watched him propose to her. I was like, damn, like they might actually be in love, man. So I'm
Cute.
happy for
That's
him.
cute.
And then she's just getting violated on the TL.
But you have to know this is definitely like, I mean, Dylan said it. I just don't know another word for it. You know, there's got to be trouble in paradise. Like, you know, either way, dude. Like, even if you like are totally comfortable, whatever. Like, there's a difference between being like, oh, you know, we've had our separate experiences and then we've come together. Seeing faces and moments, I feel like it's hard for anybody, even especially as someone who seems as insecure as Logan Paul.
For sure.
Like you know they're having discussions that are like could blow up the marriage. I'm sure. Like knowing how insecure the Paul brothers are, like the way they argued together, like on that podcast was like I would never do that with my brother. So like I can't even imagine the conversations they're having at
Yeah.
dinner. It's like, oh, there's another one, babe. Another one? We just had a conversation last night that was the last one. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Like there's gotta be.
I wonder what words are muted on Logan Paul's Twitter. It's like Nina BF. I just want to go through like 50 words are muted on his TL. It's like SI, swimsuit,
PDA.
kiss.
Yeah.
Kiss is so good.
Yeah,
But speaking
baller.
of going viral on the TL, you want to address what you did over the weekend? Because I never thought I would see the day where you did something like that on my timeline.
Yeah,
Respect it.
same here. I don't think I would have ever thought I would do it either. But yesterday, it was my birthday, and I cooked up a 6-legger. And originally, I wasn't going to cook up a 6-legger, but Prize Picks was doing, I guess, a 30x payout instead of the 25x. So I was like, all right, and whatever. So I, like, in the morning, cooked up a little 6-legger. Didn't expect anything of it. And I went to go eat with my dad, and I was just like, let me just see how everything's going. I looked, and I think Corey Seager had just gone yard. He was one of the squares. He was greened out. Michael A. Taylor at that time had just been greened out. And I went straight to the ESPN app, and I was like, let's see how Paul Goldschmidt's doing. As soon as I clicked it, he hits a home run. So we're 3 out of 6. And I was like, holy crap. And about that time, I texted Trent. I was like, dude, this 6-legger is so alive. Like, if it greens out, I was just joking. I was like, I'll post a video of me twerking on the TL. And well, a couple hours later, it turned green. It turned green.
Yeah, so she texted me saying, like, if this actually ends up hitting, I will literally post a video on the TL of me twerking.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wow, this is groundbreaking stuff. Because
It's just not me.
you don't see shit like that from Lauren too often.
You don't.
No,
Mhm.
you're lucky if you see a shoulder, you know?
Okay, come on. All right.
Keep it in the pants. Keep it in the
That
pants.
was a nuts track.
Yeah, that was wild.
And so I posted on Twitter, I'm like, boys, we might be onto something here. We need Adley Rutschman, hits, runs, RBIs, and Kyle Braddis to strike out 4 dudes in the first 3 innings.
Mm-hmm.
And we're getting a video of her twerking. And sure enough, classic Lauren fashion, Adley, first inning, single, scores, green.
Yep.
Now we just need Braddis to strike out 4 guys. What does he do? K, 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 K.
Yeah. 4 in a
Fucking
row.
First
4 in a
four
row.
batters.
First 4 batters, strikes him out. I'm like, twerk, bitch.
But
And,
Yeah, he
and
well, hold on.
And she hits me up. She's like, "What do I do? I'm not gonna do it." I'm like, "Oh, you're doing it." And I'm gonna post a video showing you how to do it because I know you don't know how to twerk.
Yeah, I
And
told him.
there's my problem. Because nobody, I know you didn't ask him to do that. I know you didn't.
No.
That's why I'm positioned the way I'm positioned right now. We need to talk about your desire and at any chance you get wanting to throw your own ass around.
No,
And it doesn't have to happen. It doesn't have to happen.
I'm not
now.
gonna lie. So I really wanted to back out because I was like, it's not. I'm not. I don't remember the last time I tried to twerk. It might have been homecoming in high school. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I texted him. I was like, you know what? Like, if I'm gonna do it, I was like, you have to do it first. I did say that. So he posted it,
Okay.
and then he was like, all right, like you have to do it. And I was like,
I
you
knew
know
if I-
what?
if-
It's my birthday. Hit a 6-legger. You hit a 6-legger. You might throw some ass. So we threw some ass.
Yeah. And I knew if I
Oh,
did
you
it,
threw it.
if I
He
did
threw
it,
it.
if I did it, there was no way she wasn't gonna do it.
Yeah.
So I took one for the team and just fucking threw it back.
Right.
Also, for the sick fucks on Twitter that were bookmarking your video,
Yeah,
is
you guys are
insane.
sick.
Over 100 bookmarks, by the way.
Yeah, you guys are sick.
But
You definitely bookmarked it, bro.
I'm not gonna lie though, you probably got more from Trent's video than mine. Depending on what you like.
Listen, I
If you
here's
like
the thing.
ass, he's got it for you.
Here's the thing. I woke up. I was fairly hungover. I tweeted out happy birthday to Lauren and then asked for like a green gob. Immediately fell back asleep. I woke back up
What did
to
I tell
Trent's
you?
ass all over my timeline. Literally the first tweet when I woke back up. And I was like, this is just, what the fuck is happening? And then it was like going through like lore. It was like screenshots of text, like slips going green. I was like, what the like Lauren's about to
Yeah.
fucking twerk? Like, why is Trent twerking now?
What's going on?
Like, why are people bookmarking his twerking?
Bro didn't even wake up yet. He's still
That's
dreaming.
why I responded to his tweet. I was like, what is happening right now? Like, I genuinely had no
Yeah,
idea
you
what
missed
was
so
going
much.
on, dude.
Yeah.
Literally. And then Lauren posted her video. I mean, you did what you had to do.
Can we critique it?
So
Let's
yeah,
discuss.
absolutely you can critique it, but I will say, like I told people, I was like, all right, like if I'm gonna do this, it's gonna be short and it's gonna be to the point. Okay. And I feel like that's what I did. Even in the video I opened it up like, hey, I don't wanna do this. So whatever.
461 bookmarks is crazy.
Yeah, it's
What?
over 400
On
bookmarks.
yours?
Yeah.
You
And
guys
by
are
the way,
sick fucks.
If you haven't seen the video, like I knew what I was doing. I knew how far to walk out, so it's not the full
Yeah,
ass.
like, come on.
I knew what I was doing.
That shirt was way too long.
yeah, I was about to say the triple XL shirt.
But I
was just
told
too
you,
much.
no, but I told you I was like only like I didn't want to make it sexy. I wanted it to be a joke.
Fair.
You know
Fair.
what I mean?
No, I see
I
what
was like
you
the
mean.
only way for me to do that is 1, open it up like, hey, I don't want to do this. 2, extra long.
Yeah, that's fair.
But you can still see like you can fill in the blanks and be like, she has potential.
But
You know what I mean?
462
That's what I wanted you to
people,
get from it.
462 people were so like, yeah, that's gonna play for me.
Oh, if you dive like deep into the comments, like the show more comments.
Oh, I'd never.
Oh, you're
click
gonna
those.
find some
Oh
fun
my god, I
stuff.
cannot
Oh,
wait.
no,
I'm
I'm
just saying,
so
like
doing
after
that.
we're
Can we
done
read,
here.
like 2 of them.
I'm so doing that.
I'm
If
down
you
Go
to
ahead.
subscribe to the Will Be Seen Patreon, you get Lauren's full. No, I'm just kidding.
It's only
I
an
walk
XL
out
shirt.
a little bit further.
Yeah, and it's an XL shirt.
It's an
XL
shirt,
shirt.
yeah.
No, I mean not to like critique it. I thought you both picked great songs.
Yeah, can we talk about Travis before we bring up an all-time twerk song?
No, yeah, I thought it was great. I thought the content was hysterical. I thought the way you two were like playing it up was really funny. It was a weak attempt though. It was weak. Not that I was like looking
No, people
for
were
it
like,
to be
I
like,
waited
yo.
an hour for this. I was like,
The picture of Zion with
Zion pictures.
it. Dude, that trend. I
but
love
also,
that
in,
one.
like in all
Not-
fairness,
also not
I
that I
did
was looking.
add a comment. I was like, hey, I know I can't twerk. I wasn't really trying. I just wanted to make it bounce a couple times, and
I respect
That's
that. I respect that. You went in with a plan.
I went in with a plan.
I never go.
Oh,
in
you
with
know
a
what I was
plan.
gonna say? I was scrolling through the comments of your video last night, and as I was scrolling, I consumed 18 ads while just looking at this. So
In the mentions.
A girl's
in the
about to
mentions.
get paid.
That's where you get your money, though. Is
Yeah.
in the comments.
Yeah.
A girl's about to get paid.
so I mean, that video is gonna pay off. I can't find the fucking extra shit.
But I think not that I also don't want it to sound like we were like looking for Lauren's ass to be on the internet.
I
Like,
was.
Some,
Yeah, y'all were. Come on.
I was.
I was
It's
definitely not
it's
like
very much,
hoping for like a Megan the Stallion. Your
Yeah.
like knees touching your
No,
elbows.
people were
being
expecting me
like-
to like throw it on the ground, kind of hit the splits.
Like
I'm like,
WAP.
come on. Yeah. I'm like, come on.
I didn't expect you to go like crazy. I thought the triple XL T-shirt was just a little bit of a cop out,
But
especially because of how
hyped it up.
preposterously Trent threw his ass around. Dude.
But it's Trent. I'm a girl, and I didn't want to make it sexy.
That's fair.
Because a girl can throw ass. Right? For the people that don't, I can, but
I mean,
that
I
wasn't
guess
the
we'll
goal.
never know.
You did hype it up
I
a
did,
little too much.
but not really.
For the triple XL.
Well, yeah.
I was
For
expecting
Trent's
like,
lack of hype and amount of ass
Yeah. In
compared
all
to your amount
fairness-
of hype and lack of ass, it was a contrast.
I was
for
with
sure.
my dad. Like I even told, I was like, Dad,
Oh, okay.
when you get on Twitter later, you might see some things you don't want to see. But he was like there, and he knew I was about to record it, so like he like took
Was
my
he
dog.
recording it?
No. Well, no, he took my dog.
my
he
daughter,
took my
man.
dog on a
Redo
walk.
it. Redo it. Redo it.
Too much. Back it up.
Not
he
enough
took my
ass.
dog on a walk, and I was like, Dad, just give me like 15 minutes. He was like, okay. I was like, I'm sorry, but yeah. He even watched, and he was like, it's good. And I was like, thanks, Dad.
Dan, I'm gonna need you to step out for 15 minutes while I twerk.
That's so
Could you
good, man.
imagine?
But I told him, I was like, the goal, like, it's not sex, like, it's a joke. And he was like, yeah, like, whatever.
All right.
Man. I was like, I hit a 6-legger.
that was funny as fuck. I'm not even gonna lie, just imagining your
I
dad
know.
recording.
It's like
Tell me when you're done.
Yeah.
Okay. Done? Okay.
No, like I'm like so not like that. Like I even got embarrassed like in front of me to do it. I was like, I
That's
really had
fair.
to pump myself up. I was like, come on, Lauren, like you, come on.
no, you
now.
did good. You did good.
No, you
It'll
did.
it'll
Good
play.
try.
It'll
No,
work.
You did great. You did great.
It'll
It's just
work.
like a
Appreciate it,
tough
guys.
situation. Also, like the amount of people on Twitter that just have no shame. Like it was.
Yeah.
It was a great attempt.
It'll
It
do.
was a great attempt.
It's refreshing to see someone who isn't just throwing ass like Trent.
Has a
Yeah.
little bit
Yeah,
of
Trent,
class.
you are like so good at it.
I
Like, it's
haven't-
not even funny.
I haven't hit a slip in a while, so I had to throw
Your-
it back for
dude,
something.
your knees like
Yeah, why do you have Megan
You
knees?
were
Why does
like-
he have fucking Megan knees?
He does have mega knees, and like he was so on beat too. Like he started slow and then like started.
Oh,
I was
like,
like,
his ass
dang.
was bouncing to the beat.
Yeah, I'm
Not
gonna
even
watch
to
it
be
again.
weird about it, but like
like perfectly timed the chair. I'm like,
when
he's,
that's the
he's a
first thing
professional.
I open and the music starts bumping as he walks away from the screen, I didn't even hear the intro and there's just ass jiggling.
Oh my
Like, I
God,
didn't know
I'm
what
Too
to
watching
do.
it.
good. I mean, honestly, that Doja Cat song has been absolutely stuck in my head this whole weekend, and I wanted to throw it back.
It's such a good
So when I
song.
asked you, you were like, God, thank you, Lauren.
Yeah,
let's roll.
yeah.
Bro, if
yeah.
we talk about this any longer, I'm gonna get bricked.
I just have one more question. This is like last question, then we can move on. We got a college football Goat Whale cook, but like let's say you and your girlfriend are hanging out, like you're packing for a trip. There's like music on, like you guys are like getting ready to like, nothing intimate's happening, but like you guys are like, let's say packing for a trip. There's music on, like everyone's getting ready. Like, will you just like casually throw your ass around?
No.
Like if you're just like dancing around the apartment and like you two are hanging out, will you just like throw your ass?
Okay, sometimes, yeah.
Wait,
Sometimes.
actually, I mean,
She twerk.
I mean, when does that happen? When we're packing for a trip and the fucking music's playing.
Well, that's the only time I really dance around my not dance around, but like when I get in my bag of like cleaning or packing is when maybe I'll like throw like a couple moves around because my music is really loud. I'm like in them.
No, I feel that for sure. Cleaning, adding out.
Yeah, you
cleaning.
know what I'm saying? Like
No,
especially when I'm Swiffering, dude, I'll be hitting fucking.
What's a Mikey dance move? I would love to know. I know.
Same.
Yeah, it's a lot of leg work.
I've never
Lot of
seen a
leg work.
Mikey dance.
Yeah, I
move.
don't think I've ever seen you break into dance.
So you guys don't come out, man.
Well, actually, no. Mikey dances on
Do
fucking
you know a dance
TikTok.
move with
I mean, his
Mikey?
foot starts going.
Yeah,
He's
the
just like-
foot, the
He does
foot.
like the crank.
When I'm like hammered and
Start
like
the dirt bike.
I'm really like drunk when my foot starts going. But no, I got a bag. He's
Okay.
seen it a million. Like in New York, we went out and I was fucking.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean,
I also dance on TikTok, so it's kind of like.
That foot
Yeah,
has.
that is fair.
That foot tells a story.
Has a
Foot's
mind
got
of its
mu-
own.
It really
That right
does.
foot is something.
Every time we're really drunk and I'll like not be thinking about it, I'll start doing it and I'll just hear like Charlie like, not the foot. Not the foot.
Mikey starting it up.
No, for real. Like, you are pumping the brakes, brother.
Stop.
Hey man, it's the party starter. It's the party starter.
Perspective.
So I know we talked about it. Do we want to cook a little college football goat whale or have a little college football goat whale sesh?
I would love to.
Yeah, I honestly, I don't have any squares for my college football goat whale, and I know you guys are college football gurus. So,
Don't say you guys when I'm in the room.
or
for
Lauren
sure.
and Mikey
Ooh,
more
what you
so.
I will
Shelly,
say,
you have
Lauren and I also stepped in the lab last week
Oh yeah.
for week 0 of college
We were
football.
knee deep.
Like I feel like we're gonna be dialed this year,
I love to hear that.
like scary
Well, I
dialed.
mean,
So
we were
I
going
only-
into transfers.
Damn.
Last year's record. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, damn,
How
it's
many
not-
students were at the game? We were there.
Calling
so
ticket
I only have
office.
one square that I'm like willing to ride based off of what I know from last year, and that's Michael Penix Jr. on Washington over pass yards. Why don't you like that? Because you like Washington.
I love Washington. It's not that I don't like it. It's just like he is insanely high.
Yeah,
But I get it because obviously Pac-12 and they are just an air raid offense.
they
but
are all air raid, dude.
He's got great wide receivers too.
he does.
I went to a game last year where they played Colorado. I think they won 65-0, and he was absolutely fucking slinging it.
No, he's
Yeah,
no
I mean
dog.
he had Texas spinning, which I don't know if that means a whole lot. Carries a whole lot of weight from last year, but
Not to like move the conversation. We're gonna come right back to it. But the first official taco of the NFL season is Dak Prescott half a passing yard.
I mean, dude. God
He
damn.
might not
Oh,
get
dude.
that.
Look at that square,
God
dude.
damn.
Look at that square.
God fucking damn it.
Is he
Look at
gonna
that
lose the
square.
starting job before the season starts?
Dude, he might.
just jinx it.
All right, but I just had to say that because I know there's implications with that. No, but I think the Michael Penix number is just a little bit too high.
It's a little too high.
It's very
That's
high.
all I'm saying.
Do we know what he had last year?
He
No.
he cleared that number last year, which is why I think it's at where it's at.
Isn't
but I
he
think
Isn't he one of the Heisman?
Oh yeah, I think he's like the third favorite.
he's
to win.
early for sure, right? Like an
Mhm.
early
Maybe
favorite.
4. I think it's. I know, obviously Caleb Williams. I believe Drake May, Jordan Travis, and I want to say
Jaden Daniels too.
and Jaden Daniels.
Oh, Caleb Williams is like number 1 though.
Yeah, he's number 1, and then he's definitely up there, top 5.
So if you think about we were talking about this too, in terms of when we were looking at the spreads for like records. There's one spread on week 0 that makes no sense when you look at last year's team to this year's team in the matchup.
Play of the week for me.
Michael Penix cleared that number by a full 1,000 last year.
What?
So why would it be?
4,000?
He had 4,600 yards last year. So why would it even be below 4,000?
Well,
And I think it's the Dave method too.
I mean, nobody's anywhere close to that number.
It's yeah.
I know, well, but you still that's 1,000 yards, dude. That's like not like 300, 400. He's
Yeah.
like 4. That's
It kind of reminds me of like the Mike Evans square where he's cleared 1,000 yards every single year, but this year he's at like 930.
No, I mean that's
I mean, it is
9
different.
years of a sample size,
Yeah.
and the guy's lines
Yeah, you're
100
right.
yards less than that. I mean,
But
it's-
you clear something by 1,000 yards, like
I mean, he's getting the respect. He's the highest number by a long shot.
by a
Right.
lot, by a lot.
So I mean, he's gonna get his respects for sure. And you're not gonna put a guy at 4,000 yards in college. Like,
So
I
I'll
mean,
say this: they have a relatively. I mean, you got to think Oregon State has a really good defense in the Pac-12. Washington State normally hangs their hat on their defense. Utah has a good defense. Other than that, he's going to probably air raid Stanford, Arizona State. Oregon has a great defense this year. There's 4 teams in the Pac-12, 5 teams probably this year that have really great defenses that, you know, Pac-12 standards have really good defenses. They play Michigan State too. That's a great defense. He's probably not going to be able to like throw at will on against like a Michigan State. That's a Big Ten defense. But you're going to really have to hope that against Cal, Arizona, Arizona State, and Stanford, he gets his work in because he's playing every other team that's ranked preseason in the Pac-12 this year, and he's not playing UCLA on a down year, which also so take away 1,000 yards. I think too, like Dave's point that he always makes about players like that. After they bust one year, the amount of tape you get on a guy like that
For
probably
sure.
also
Yes.
adds into it.
That's a good point.
give me some wide receivers you guys are looking at.
Dude, I'll put my
yeah, Mikey, this is you.
nuts on the table for Johnny Wilson on Florida State.
Johnny Wilson.
Yeah.
Huh?
His number is at 800.5. I think he gets close to $1,000 this year.
And he's
John.
like 6'7".
No, he's Mike
a
Evans.
He's
giant.
nuts.
He's Mike Evans.
Receiving
name?
yards or receiving
Johnny
touchdowns?
Wilson. Either one doesn't matter, dude. He's gonna have a fucking Jordan Travis is gonna be. He's one of my favorites to win the Heisman outside of Caleb. If Florida State does what I think they're gonna do in the ACC, I would love to hear what you think about Florida State this year.
Yeah.
They're like one of the teams I couldn't be higher on. And Johnny Wilson last year was his first year really getting his feet wet against Florida State. And if you guys remember, maybe you weren't betting on the game, but there was a game where Jordan Travis got injured, and the backup came in for Florida State. And I remember because I bet against Florida State. And Johnny Wilson went off for, I think it was like 200 yards and 2 touchdowns with a backup quarterback. And that was like his coming out party in terms of being like a dog.
Yeah.
His number this year is like my favorite number
Johnny Wilson.
on the entire board.
800 and a half.
And you
Lock
look up
it in.
you look him up like Josh is, dude. He's like 6'4", like 2 something.
And he can fly. Like, he's got wheels. The
He's
crazy
Mike
thing about him,
Evans.
like, he's good for a 30-plus yard reception every game.
Every game.
Like, he gets a chance at it every single game.
And they always put him on the outside, dude. And he just fucking wait. And it's
Okay.
like he just when I was watching the game last year, when I like because I was watching the game where he busted, and I was like, this kid is fucking killing me. Like he mossed a kid for one of the touchdowns. You watch him and you go, that is literally Mike Evans. Like that's who he reminds me of. Like carbon copy if Mike Evans played for Florida State and was in college right now, that would be Mike Evans.
Okay.
So that's my square.
This kid, to stay on the topic of wide receivers, Malachi Corley. You know anything about him, Lauren? He plays for Western Kentucky.
That number is absurd.
It's
That's
absurd. He must be
over
Calvin
1,000.
Johnson.
Yeah, I mean they're also a big air raid offense, so I'm not really that surprised.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, Bailey Zappi went there, and he broke the record for most
Mhm.
passing yards in a single season, most touchdowns. So they throw the ball a lot.
They do.
Okay. Someone pitched that to me on the stream and said that.
Yeah, anytime you have, like, I think Javon brought it up, there's also a Cal receiver. Anytime they have one of those, like, weird little mid-majors,
Mhm.
it's definitely worth looking into because it's, like, out of all the Power 5 or the bigger schools they could have picked from, why is it that one?
Is it because of like strength of schedule and stuff? They're not gonna be playing.
Well, I just think it's weird. Like, why not more Texas receivers? Why not more Oklahoma receivers? You're
Yeah.
going Western Kentucky. It's like definitely look into that because it's like he's up there for a reason.
And
I mean, he's
nobody's taking
definitely.
that.
He must
Yeah.
be him.
And let's
Mhm.
play a game, you guys. Why don't you guess his stats? Last year, I have his stats pulled up. He's
Uh,
5'10",
He's 5'10".
210 pounds.
I say 1,300 receiving yards, 11 touchdowns.
Did you look it up before this?
No.
You just get that
I'm
right.
guessing that's.
You were 7 yards away, and you got the touchdowns exactly.
What?
He had,
Him.
he had 1293 yards and 11 touchdowns. That like ruined the whole game.
Holy shit, that's
college
cracked
football
out.
sharp.
That was fucking nuts.
You got any plays today?
I was like, this is gonna be
Dialed.
crazy. Someone's gonna be like 900 yards, or someone's gonna be like 1,000. I was gonna be like almost 1,300 yards.
Well, I figured his number this year is the highest on the board, he must have went the fuck off last year.
that's
Good context clues.
Yeah,
Good
gotta
job.
use
Look at you.
context clues. That's what you gotta use context clues.
that was fucking nuts though. Like you couldn't have been like you nailed the touchdowns. 11 touchdowns for a wide receiver in college is insane.
nuts.
I want to transition to a running back.
Please.
It's my favorite college football season long or square. Carson Steele more than rush yards. Now I'm a little nervous because I do believe it's gotten bumped down now twice, but that's okay. He's a transfer from Ball State. He's at UCLA now, and I really like it because one, UCLA is going to be starting a new quarterback this year, and two, he had such a workload at Ball State. I don't see him going to UCLA if he wasn't told that he's going to get a lot of carries. So I think he's definitely going to get the carries. He's an absolute dog. He's a beast. I mean, he was one of the top 5, I believe, in rushing yards last year in college football. So I think he absolutely eats. And it's the
And
Pac-12.
freshman quarterback, true freshman quarterback.
That's
Yeah,
your
that's what I'm saying. New
Who's supposed to
quarterback
start
too.
at
So
UCLA.
that's your
yeah.
meat on. That's your PID.
Your
That's
meat
my
on,
meat
that's
on
your
Mars.
meat on Meemaw.
I was gonna say meat on tape, but like I'm talking to Lauren here, so.
Throwing your meat on Mima for that?
Yeah.
I love it. So far we got Johnny Wilson. I have more than 5.5 season receiving touchdowns from Mikey. I have Carson Steele more than 830.5 season rush yards from Lauren. Trent, you haven't given one yet.
I mean, I'm either Penix, but they kind of shit on that, or Malachi, wide receiver.
We're going Malachi Rigby.
So he was number 9 last year in total rush yards.
Okay.
That's all you need to know. At Ball
Malachi-
State.
It's not that I'm shitting on Penix, though. It's just that now that I look at that schedule, he really doesn't play a lot of the softies in the Pac-12 other than Stanford and Cal. Like, Oregon State always has a really good defense. Oregon this year is coming for the championship. Utah has a really good defense normally. And then like Washington State is a team that just runs the ball and has like good corners. So like, but he's also, dude, he diced last year, so like he'll probably get 4,000 again this year because it is the Pac-12. So like,
I mean, he's definitely set up to succeed.
I mean, he has 2 unbelievably good wide receivers.
Mhm.
It's just like the number just scares me. That's all it is. But whatever. Like,
So,
if you're
so I'm obviously looking at Drew Aller,
Yeah.
Dog.
and
Who?
it's that the Penn State quarterback.
Mhm.
So I mean, he's our 5-star guy. We finally have a 5-star quarterback. We just lose them left and right to OSU and all these schools in the Big Ten, but we finally got one. Like the biggest thing with Drew is that he got the offer from Ohio State and still chose Penn State, and he's from Ohio. If you didn't know that, and we finally got one. Like, this is like huge for us because this guy should be playing at Ohio State right now, and he's actually in Penn State colors, which gets me bricked. I want to throw some entries with him in it, but his number is so high for his first year. Like, he's at Sean Clifford's line when Sean Clifford was a 5th-year, 6th-year redshirt.
But that should tell you something.
Because he's him. He's really good. So I'm looking at 22.5 season passing touchdowns,
I love that number.
and I'm going more.
And I'm going to tell you exactly why, too. When you look at their schedule, they're going to play West Virginia, who's probably going to be the, like, doormat of the Big 12 this year.
Yeah.
He's probably going to sling against them. Then he plays Delaware. Then he plays Illinois, who's supposed to not be very good in the Big 10. Then he has Northwestern, UMass, like Indiana. He plays a lot of the really bad teams in the Big 12 this year. Rutgers at the end. Like, he has a chance to throw some balls this year for sure.
And our season win totals at like 11.5, I believe. Wow. Like, that is a lot. Like,
It's
they're
not.
projecting us to go like 12-1.
y'all have a lot of hype around you this
And you
year.
play both Ohio State and Michigan this year. So they're saying you probably drop one of those and you play Michigan at home. So I'd assume they think you're going to lose to Ohio State if that's your number.
Yep.
Because you have to go to Ohio State.
I just want to add, Quinn Ewers was bumped up 100 yards.
I think I bumped down.
So he got bumped down. He was, I believe he was
Wait, you didn't mention that.
no, listen. So he got bumped back up. So he opened, I think, a little over 3,000 yards. Went down to 2,850. He's at 2,950.
Wow.
All I'm saying is
A 3,000-yard year from Quinn?
sounds crazy, right? No way.
You think there's pressure on him? My only thing with that team now is this has to be a year where Sark has a good year, or I think he's probably going to be on a very, very, very hot seat. My only thing is, like, if he has 2 down games, what are the odds Sark just doesn't throw Malik in there?
I mean, I think that he has a lot of trust in Quinn, and I don't think there's no such thing as like too big of a moment, I guess, for Quinn. He grew up in the biggest stage of Texas football. He was ingrained in this life. Like, this is what it is. Like, Texas football high school football is crazy. Like, you sell out Cowboy Stadium just to watch a playoff game. I think he has trust in Quinn. I think Quinn has his only problem last year was just, I think, his footwork. And if he solved that, I think he's going to be just fine. He has more weapons now, like A.D. Mitchell. It's not just Xavier Worthy with the deep
love
bombs.
throwing A.D. Mitchell out there.
I
man.
love
You
A.D.
just love
Mitchell.
it.
And then Jatavian Sanders, like, he's an absolute dog.
How
he's
long
set
is
up
the
to
leash,
succeed.
though? Because it feels like Spencer Rattler and Caleb at Oklahoma a little bit when you see Malik. You didn't really know about Caleb, but when you
Yeah.
look at Malik, it's like, okay, like Spencer Rattler probably had the same expectations the year that he got benched.
Well, I'll say this, like, with Quinn starting, that just lets you know how big of a dog he is, because we have, I think, the best quarterback room in the country. I don't even think it's close either. So the pressure there, but, like, if Malik were to ever come in, I don't care. Like, he's an absolute dog, and I think he probably has the best arm out of all 3 of the guys there. But I think Quinn's the guy, and I think he absolutely pops off this year, without a doubt.
I just wanted to check. I just want to see how confident you were in Quinn.
I'm that
hate it.
confident.
I don't hate it.
Mm-hmm.
When
I
is
don't know.
Archie going to start playing?
For
Arch-
SMU in like 2 years. When he transfers because he doesn't have what it takes.
So what I think it's going to come down to, so Malik Murphy, he's an absolute dog. I believe, I want to say he was a redshirt freshman last year. I don't know if he's a freshman or I don't know how that works. But I think what's going to happen is they're going to battle it out, and whoever doesn't win that starting job will end up transferring.
What? I thought, what is it, Arch Manning? I thought he was like him. Like, I thought everyone's like splooging at Texas when he signed. Now it's like, oh,
He's
well,
him,
same
but
on
so
Malik.
Malik Murphy, that's what I'm saying. We really have like the best quarterback room in the country. But Malik Murphy, like, I don't think they named the school, but this past offseason, an SEC school, offered him $3 million to go there, and he turned it down.
No, just
so
look up Malik Murphy on your phone. Real
yeah, just look up a picture of him, and yeah, it'll make
Okay.
sense.
You're
It
gonna be
sounds like something Missouri would do.
He
Offer
looks
the
like he
quarterback
should
$3
be-
million.
You come here, man. You're gonna be
He
the
looks like
face
he
of
should
this
be
program.
protecting Quinn.
What's
Like
his
he's
name?
just an absolute
Malik
dog.
Murphy.
Yeah, Malik Murphy.
Josh, do you have a?
The program.
Program.
You're gonna be the face of this Mizzou program for a long time.
For the rest of history, since
Yeah.
we've never had a good quarterback.
Dude,
Listen,
it
you
was
look
for
at the
sure
history
Mizzou.
You look at the history books of Mizzou, your name's gonna be etched a long time. The greats of this program.
Next to
Holy
Chase
shit.
Daniel and Blaine Gabbert.
Yeah.
Dude, Mizzou's been like dishing out NIL deals though. Y'all been getting in your bag.
Dude, they
Yeah,
need it.
Missouri's got a rule where like you can start getting paid while you're in high school if you sign the NIL deal. So like that's a huge benefit for us.
It's because Missouri's like a third world country, bro.
Dude, imagine a
Essentially.
16-year-old millionaire, 17-year-old millionaire.
That
Like,
was
that's not
insane.
great.
Jelly just called
Yeah.
Mizzou a third world country.
What? dude?
Yeah, it is wild.
It's literally
That
why.
was
Oh yeah, this guy.
insane, dude.
But Josh, do you have? I'd love to make this a 5 pick entry.
Can I change mine to receiving yards for Johnny Wilson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so
I
what-
have one, but it's an under. I don't know if you
Yeah.
want it.
Wait, so
It's a
Drew
less,
Aller,
Josh.
Drew Aller touchdowns.
Less than.
Drew Aller more than 22 touchdowns. Johnny Wilson more than yards. Cason Steele more than yards. Right?
Carson.
Carson. Those three for
Yeah.
sure.
What's your less square, Josh?
My less square is Frank Gore Jr. under rushing
That's
yards.
fucked up.
Less
Dude,
than.
That's fucked up.
dude, why?
rushing
Why, Josh? Just quick sell, Josh.
I mean, you just look at that name and you think I'm tailing that.
Bro,
And
why not?
Facts.
and also
But the
Southern Miss.
school, though, like, why is
Southern
he-
Miss does run the living shit out of the ball,
That's what I'm saying.
but they do use like 3 different running backs usually.
That's a
Usually.
sick name.
I don't know if I want to fade the goat.
I don't think we can.
Wait, is that actually his son?
Can't fade
Yeah,
the
it's his
goat,
son.
man. I can't fade the goat. I can't.
Frank.
You know
Gore
what I could get
Jr..
behind if y'all want to?
Hmm.
JJ McCarthy, less than pass yards.
No.
I don't think we're gonna.
Blake
squeak in
Corum
the
is literally
last.
gonna get
We
so
can't
much
squeak a less.
slurpage. They're
We
just gonna
can't.
be.
I can't squeak a less. If we're gonna sweat like my favorite sport, I can't squeak a less.
All right, you want a
That's
more?
fair, that's
You want a
fair.
more?
I can't.
Yeah, that's
Question,
fair.
question, stupid question potentially. Will Shipley
Yes,
is that
absolute dog.
is that relation to Jordan Shipley?
As a running back at Clemson, right? Will Shipley.
Yeah.
I don't
Remember
know.
Jordan Shipley?
Yeah,
On
I don't
Texas?
think so. Yeah, but I don't think so. No,
Okay,
I
just
don't believe so.
wanted to see if there was a bloodline there.
I got a more then if you guys want it.
No, Jordan Shipley was him.
Hit me.
Yeah.
Travion Henderson more than rushing touchdowns. Ohio State's running back.
Oh. Oh,
I mean, they always score.
dude, yeah.
Ohio State, I just see they
Yeah.
put up 56 and
Yeah.
Travion's got 5.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm in.
I like that.
Jordan's brother is Jackson Shipley, and he also played at Texas.
I remember that. Travion Henderson, dude. I'm so down.
I'm down.
Yeah, I'm down. You always see like that fucking silver and red,
Yeah.
like
Just
on the one, just
walking into the
busting
end
it
zone.
down.
I'm saying a good one to look at is Sean Tyler at Minnesota.
Is he
Talk about a
good?
run team.
I wish it was Sean Taylor. I'd tail that.
I also really love Rome
I
Odunze.
almost said Sean Taylor. I was like, Tyler.
Rome Odunze, the wide receiver for Washington. I think he has a grander this year with Michael Penix. I don't know. See, this is the thing that you were talking about too. I have no idea why an Arizona wide receiver would be up there.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
Those
we-
are the ones you got to look into.
We looked at that. You're telling me a wide receiver in Arizona is going to get 1,000 yards this year? That's insane.
I placed
I
it.
don't even know who's taking
Wait,
snaps
so we got
from
Drew
this year.
Allard. Drew Allard, how do you
Drew
say
Lar.
Aller.
it? Allard.
I
Is
think
it
it's
Aller?
Aller.
I thought
I
it was
got
Aller.
yelled at for saying Aller.
Carson
Okay.
Steele yards. Travion Henderson touchdowns. Johnny Wilson receiving yards. What's the fifth?
What's yours?
Malachi?
So this is what the 5. No, we're doing 5.
Yeah, I have my
Yeah.
4.
Oh, we have Drew, Carson Steele, Malachi, Johnny Wilson, Travion
Yes.
Is
Henderson.
Malachi rushing touchdowns or yards?
Malachi is receiving
It's
yards.
receiving
yards.
This is
Receiving
all
yards.
more thans. Yeah, no, we
Oh,
have.
we're doing the kid from Western Kentucky. I actually could get behind it. That's kind of funny.
This is gonna be such of like when we get into the thick of things, dude. We're gonna have the NHL season long from the pod. We're gonna have the CFB from the pod. We're gonna have the NFL from the pod. Like this is gonna be fun. Like we're gonna have
We're going to have a lot to talk about.
a lot to talk about. Like these weekly, bi-weekly check-ins. Like it's gonna be so fun. Well, not bi-weekly. What's it called when you do 2 things in 1 week?
Bi-weekly.
No, that's every 2 weeks. That's once every 2 weeks.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Does anybody know what that's called?
I don't know. I'd probably just
Twice
say
a
twice weekly.
Twice a week, man.
Fuck this
How
pod.
much you nuking it for?
I'm
Put a
not
rack on it.
telling
Yeah,
you.
rack,
For
rack,
what it's
rack.
worth, I think the weirdest receiving square of them all is the Jeremiah Hunter from Cal.
Yeah,
Makes
that's
no
weird
sense.
shit.
0 cents.
Are we locking this in?
I locked it in. Yeah.
So what's the? So I have Carson Steele, Drew Aller, Johnny Wilson, Malik Neighbors, and then
No, Malachi, not Malik.
Malachi Corley.
Oh, Malik.
Malik Neighbors, though, a kid on LSU. Don't be surprised if he has 1,200 yards this year too, with Jaden Daniels. But
All right.
Wait, Malachi.
But
So
like,
this
Why
is
is he
our
not popping up?
MAL.
he's on the receiving. He's a Western Kentucky kid.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that's just like, let's put the Penn State guy in there, because like he's actually gross.
I couldn't be higher on Penn State this year. if I
Okay,
tried.
good.
You took a team last year that could have competed for a college football national championship and probably should have competed in the Big Ten, and the only thing you changed is the quarterback, and that's like in college what moves the ship.
I'm slipping in Jeremiah.
For a 6.
Why you gotta be cute?
Why are
Yeah,
you
gotta
even
be- can't
cute
just
with
ride
us?
with us, man?
Wait, who am I? I have Malachi, Jeremiah, Johnny Wilson, Drew Lar, Carson Steele.
Trayvon Henderson.
Trayvon Henderson.
Trayvon
touchdowns,
Henderson.
the running back.
For
Touchdowns.
Ohio State.
Dude, Lawrence trying to Gordon Ramsay, dude.
Yeah,
Change the
I know.
recipe as we're already in the
what's
kitchen.
the Trayvon?
10.5 rush
What
touchdowns.
we got
Just
going
think
on?
about how many times you watch Ohio State game. They fucking rush that shit in.
New quarterback too.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
So
Not
you're
too
making
good,
it a
Jay.
6-legger?
I just really love Jeremiah Hunter. I'll take it.
I mean,
but
you placed
I'm
another
gonna
entry. Is
place-
this
I'm
the
gonna-
only entry you
No,
got?
I'm gonna place my own go.
I'm just saying, I kind of know a thing or two about hitting
Yeah.
6-leggers, man.
Oh,
Whatever.
Damn, my bad, Jelly.
Come
God damn.
on.
All right, let's play some trivia. What do we got?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, do
How
we
much
have
did y'all
we have
throw
some
on
trivia?
this?
I
put
put
a
a
rack.
rack on it.
250.
You put 250 on it?
Dude, guys, units are not like growing on trees. Like, I don't know why you guys just look at me like
I
you're
can't
crazy
spend
for not putting
$1,000.
$1,000 on this
You'd be
entry.
throwing money away with these esports late night entries.
Chill,
dude.
yeah, I just threw away 2 racks. Josh, trivia. I'm so down.
Also, just quickly while Josh is getting ready for trivia, my Mariners are winning the World Series, and the Angels might be the funniest team in baseball to watch because Trent says it. I had to watch an Angels game because they were the last leg of my parlay this weekend. I've never seen a professional sports team literally make up, reinvent ways to lose baseball games, but
Crazy.
in the most hysterical fashion possible, where they hit a grand slam, they get a triple play, and they lose by 2 runs.
I just can't help think about what do you think Shohei just goes back in the locker room and is thinking about
Yeah.
in the shower, man?
He probably hits that
Hey.
button so hard and is just like,
Why he got to be in the shower?
you know, he's showering after those games, or he's putting his heart and soul on the line, dude.
A triple play to get out of a fucking monster jam in the 9th, and you sell.
Dude, that's why I only have 250 on the CFB Goat Whales, because I have Angels live that night, and I sweat it live at Billy Bob's in Fort Worth. And I'm watching the game. I see a triple play, and I splooge. And my girlfriend's like, "Oh my god, did you win?" And I was like, "I think so."
No.
Country
No, I
Now
music.
I know where
and
we
cake,
lost.
baby.
Now I know where we lost.
Yeah.
The minute you said, I think so.
Well, I just
Yeah.
saw my first ever triple play live. I thought I was feeling pretty good.
And before that, they were up 5-1.
Yeah.
All right, let's get this
Yeah,
trivia
let's do
going, please, man. I can't talk about the Angels.
All
They
right,
suck.
we'll start it off. We'll start off with you guys, Mikey and Trent.
Let's do it.
So I'm gonna give you guys 3 players. They're all gonna be wearing. They all have worn the same jersey number,
'Kay.
and you have to guess what their number is.
Ooh, that's dope. Can I
Alright.
try some fresh air when you do that?
That's nuts. The
All right.
freshest of air.
Wow.
First number: Luca Garza, Greg Monroe, and Terrell Suggs.
11.
Ooh.
What?
Meat on tape.
What, Luka Garza in the pros or at Iowa?
At Iowa.
So that's a prime number.
I think he wore both.
That's a prime number. If it's Luka Garza at Iowa, that means he got to pick his number. So it's not something crazy. You think about Terrell Suggs on the defense, he was probably top. Not probably, he was top. So that's a low number too.
Terrell Suggs wearing 11.
I could
Doesn't
never
seem
see
right.
that.
I just see Luka with the sticks, but I could see it not being the sticks. You think 30s? I either think it's
5,
in the 11.
4.
No, we have way more time. than that.
No.
I think it's
Alright,
either in
man,
the
I'm
just
10,
gonna
11,
go
12s or
four.
30.
I mean, I don't think
35.
talking through it's just gonna like randomly make him guess a number.
I mean, I'm gonna let
Well,
you.
where are
take
you
this
at? No,
one.
because I don't.
I'm sniffing like 36.
You think 36? I could go. I think it's either that a low number or in the 30s. I don't think like 25 is a number that he would wear. Think about Terrell Suggs across the middle, dude. When he fucking.
They can
What do
steal
you
it too.
have?
So
My answer would be 36. I don't know if you want to take the reins on it.
But you think a center that won Player of the Year was wearing 36 at Iowa?
That doesn't seem right. That does not seem right.
Love to hear what you get. Come on, let's get a
Who
guess.
was the last guy?
It's Greg Monroe, Luca Garza, and Terrell Suggs.
I don't know why
22.
11 sounded sharp.
You guys are on to something, sort of.
Hey man, since when do we give those out? Oh, you're getting hotter.
I don't know, man. I don't know. You decide.
All right, can I just throw one out there? Greg
If
Monroe
it's
was-
36, I'm actually just gonna quit the podcast.
Dude, I don't think it's 36 though. Think about Luca Garza at Iowa. He's the best player in the country. He's not wearing number 36.
No, he's
Tick, 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 tick.
Can I go on a bathroom break before you?
Yeah, what the hell's going on?
31.
Final answer. Incorrect. You guys?
Let's just go 36 for the memes.
Yeah, let's do it.
36.
It's wrong.
Ah.
I was saying you guys were on to something. You guys were saying
Dude.
11
If
and
it's
22. It's
Shelly said
55. It's a double
Oh,
number.
okay, okay,
Oh,
okay,
okay.
okay. We're good.
There you go.
I thought I had it.
If you wear 55 as the best player in college basketball, which by the way was the #1 player that should have never won a fucking award, no wonder you didn't make it in the NBA. What a fucking loser. Sorry.
Dang.
All right,
Wow.
Josh. What we
I
got?
mean, I didn't mean it.
All right, this one's going to be tough, too.
Let's go, LC.
Sean Kemp, Gail Sayers, and Mike Allstott.
I know Sean Kemp's number.
Do you? Yeah. Are we up?
One more time.
Sean Kemp.
Sean Kemp, Gail
What's-
Sayers,
what
and
sport is
Mike
Sean Kemp?
Allstott.
College basketball.
Supersonics
Supersonics.
in Seattle.
All right. I don't think Josh goes high again. Let me talk through it as someone who didn't know a name he just said.
I didn't.
let me just talk. Let me cook real quick. Josh just said that Josh picked a 55. I feel like that was kind of mid-range, a little too high.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna go a little bit lower or a little bit. He's gonna go really low or really high. So I don't know what number. It's not gonna be like a 33 or like a 42 because that's Jackie Robinson. Got you.
I'm thinking for sure low.
Oh,
Oh.
dude.
You just gave it away. I'm gonna go with 40. What do you think?
So my math, what I just did was completely wrong. Like, let's just talk about how it's 40 because we got spoiled.
I'll give you guys a different one, and I'll come up with another
Yeah,
one.
you
You guys
got
get a
all
different one.
time
We just had
spoiled.
someone bring in a jersey.
That just got all
Answer.
time spoiled. The only reason I know Sean Kemp's number is because it's like a meme with my friends and I that he was like just busting in the number 40. Like it's just we
You
thought
knew
it was
that?
funny. Yeah. Only Sean Kemp though,
Okay.
because he used to be in all those like 1998 like NBA sizzle reels, and he used to be
Yeah.
like, boom, and it was like Michael Jordan had like iconic numbers like
Mm.
Yeah.
fucking 40.
Yeah, those are tough.
All right, I'll give you guys these last two are a little easier, but I'll have to make up another one. You guys, again, Chelly will probably know this one.
Thank God.
Kellen Mond,
Oh.
Ryan Zimmerman, and Mo Salah.
Oh,
That's
Salah.
free
11?
cheese, dude.
Nah, Salah's not. I don't think
Yeah,
Salah's
Kellen
11.
Mond.
Salah.
Kellen Mond was 11.
Salah. I think Salah is actually 11.
Am I crazy?
Wait, hold on. Dude,
Was
I
Kellen Mond
haven't.
A&M?
I
11?
wish Salah was still good, man.
Am I crazy? Am I crazy? Hold on. Kellen Mond. He's
Yeah. Let's go
I'm going
11. I think it's 11.
That's correct.
yeah.
How the fuck do you
It's
not know
crazy
Mo
that that's
Salah's
the guy.
Because
Yeah,
I
that's
haven't
the
like
guy you got.
watched Mo Salah highlights in a long
Hey,
time
first of
because he
all,
doesn't have highlights like
fucking
that.
know.
But
yes, he does. He's like an iconic number 11. Whatever.
I disagree.
Moving on.
I just knew Kellen Mond.
Pissed because we should have had Chunk.
Give me like
That would have
Andy
been
Carroll,
the
bro.
freest steal of
Alright.
all time. That would've been the
This is
freest
back to
steal
you
of all-
guys.
Oh, now we're down.
Yeah, that's-
Yeah.
That would have been ours too. Oh my god, I would have just slayed that.
Well, this one's got a similar one. All right, Isaiah Simmons, Jamison Williams,
That's a good one.
and Robert Lewandowski.
Loa.
Number
Okay.
9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Robert's number 9.
Loa's a number 9.
That is correct.
Let's go.
Soccer, I feel like.
Pressure's on.
Isaiah Simmons was crazy. Isn't that the kid that ran at LeBron on Detroit?
No, Isaiah Simmons is
That's
the
Isaiah
is
Stewart.
the
That's
like
cute.
safety / linebacker for the Cardinals.
Oh, okay, all
And
right.
Jamison Williams is the wide receiver for the Detroit. He was for the Detroit
No,
Lions.
he's still there. Yeah.
He's
so
the guy
it's
that bet on
suspended,
the game.
yeah.
But
All right, I got to pick a new number.
Oh man, I'm scared.
We'll go
It's tough.
back to you guys.
Go.
All right,
it's
We'll
for all the
go.
cheese.
we'll go. Justin Verlander,
Mhm. I got it.
Mike
Okay, I was
Tolbert,
about to say.
and
Yeah.
can you guys get it with those two?
Yeah, we can get it with Verlander.
All right.
35.
Correct.
Wow. God.
35.
We just got the
I feel like Verlander's the kind of guy that like you don't know his number. Like
No,
you don't really
that's a-
pay
that's a-
attention
that
to it.
was
It's
a
a
good
weird
reason
number.
why I would
I just know both.
almost kind of know is because it was like, "Thank you, Verlander." That tweet that the Mets tweeted out after he left, and they were like, "Fuck 35." Like all the Mets fans in comments were like, "What the fuck did 35 do for us?" They don't even call him Verlander.
I called it 35.
That's how I know that.
All right, well, I mean, we lost.
We don't get
No, you guys get one chance.
You guys get one more.
Yeah, they should get one more chance.
All right. We'll go. Let's see. Got to pick a number.
I don't know ball.
Luka guards at 55. That's fucking
Yeah,
disgusting.
crazy.
Y'all are
Greg Monroe
non-ball
is
knowers.
a gross one too.
Yeah, I had no idea what his number was.
Non-ball knowers.
All right. We'll go. How about this? You guys have to get it on one player,
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
and it's not like insanely hard.
It's not.
Okay.
No.
Don't make it non-insanely hard. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Jared Allen.
Jared Allen, 14, I want to say, or 20 something.
Not Jarrett Allen. Jared Allen.
Oh, on the Vikings? 69.
That is correct.
That was too
That was a tough one. He hasn't played in like 8,
I
10
couldn't-
years.
We're just
I
set up to
wouldn't-
lose.
I
They get
wouldn't have-
5 minutes to answer the first question.
I wouldn't have known.
They didn't
Jared
even get the first
Allen.
one right though.
Jared Allen.
I was ratting for a Sean Kemp steal.
Dude, we're about to get a practice team
Ratting.
player.
That is true. They would have had a steal.
All right, give them a chance to win it.
How about we just do one first team that was
First team to answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do
Oh.
one. I'll do one person.
All right.
We're so due
First
to
team
win,
to answer.
man. We're just making new rules up.
Let me cook.
I'll make it. I'll try to make it a hard one. Let's see. Oh, okay.
Cheating, man.
Okay.
We got nothing to show for it.
Ready? Devin Gardner.
I don't know who that is, bro.
Talking about Josh.
Fuck is that?
Who's that?
You guys don't remember him from Michigan, the quarterback?
No.
Oh, whoa.
Did he have dreads?
Did he run around?
Yes, he did.
98.
Yep.
Did he run around? Hey man, he plays
That was crazy.
sports.
I made it hard, and it was a quarterback that wears 98.
Wasn't he on the cover of NCAA football or
Yeah, I
something?
He
think
would
so.
have taken the,
They got more
they,
chances
but
than
they,
we did.
he would have got the Kemp one, so they kind of did
Yeah,
deserve
yeah,
that.
yeah.
He knew it was.
That was a tough one.
They
Surgical.
won them, man.
Yeah, they would have.
No, Sean Kemp was an auto.
I
steal.
was literally about to say 40 anyways. One more, Josh. One more.
You want one
more?
more?
I want to
Alright.
win. Like, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I'm not walking out here without a win.
All right.
Let's go, Josh.
98 was
Let's get one more.
crazy.
Dude, that was so in your bag.
You pulled that out of nowhere.
That was so in
Absolutely
your bag. Like,
nowhere.
I almost just want to like let go.
Dude, that was 80 feet deep on
So,
Devin
so
Gardner.
just like, did you just ask him if he ran around?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not just gonna.
Just ran around.
That's
Only
exactly what I
scrambled
remember about him too.
Dude,
he just
yeah,
ran
he
around.
Run the
He's like
option
the
and
fastest
shit.
player.
Yeah. It's like, is this really a quarterback out there or what?
Give me something good.
And like
Come
the
on,
fact he was
Joshy.
wearing 98, like you can't forget that. What
fair.
quarterback ever wears that?
All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Steven Goskowski.
Oof.
Oh, that's the guy that kicked for the Patriots.
Oh, wait.
Let me cook.
Was in the league for about 20 years.
I want to do more college players, man.
Am I allowed to guess or?
It's 1 through. I'm pretty sure he had a low number.
Probably 1 through 99.
No, I'm probably 1 through 9.
My guess, if you don't have one,
It's
I have
0.
37.
Nope.
Gutskowski.
Door is open.
I'm just gonna try something.
Yeah, go ahead. I want to do 1 through 9 though. I think.
Oh,
he had a
good. You
low
said you were
number.
going to say 40, so.
I'm just gonna try something here.
What do you got?
You say he's a kicker?
Yeah, he was a kicker. Gutskowski, like he's a goat, bro. I wish I could fucking think of it.
I want to say he's like top 3 all time
Yeah,
in
it's
points
like
in
him,
the NFL.
Janikowski,
And Mason Crosby or Matt.
Valley Crosby. Yeah,
Just
that his name?
for
Mason
funsies, would you say it's like higher or lower?
I think it might be 7. No.
Okay, that's why.
You want another one since you guys both done
Yeah,
out?
yeah,
It was
yeah.
3. It was 3.
I was gonna guess a little. I was never gonna guess 3, but
I said 1 through 9.
All right, I'll try college sport.
Can I
We'll
get
try
points?
college basketball.
Oh, yeah,
I'll try
last
college
one.
basketball.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
me, Trent's not going to be any help in college basketball.
And I will be. That's why we got the diversified portfolio teams.
All right,
we already lost time.
college basketball. We got. Who do we want? Who's gonna be tough? Actually, not college basketball. Screw it. We're going NBA. Okay.
All right.
Mark Gasol.
Oh, that's a-
14.
On the Grizzlies. So I think he changed his number on the Raptors, but
Or is it in the 30s?
I should know that.
I want to say in the 40s.
You think 40s?
I should know that, but
27.
I could see 42.
I think it's
You think
30s or
so?
40s, I believe. And I just cannot think of it.
he wore the same number on the Raptors too. So same.
Oh, he did?
I actually don't hate that at all.
Yeah, I don't know if it's right.
If you go 31, I'll
I could
back
get
you.
behind them.
I'm gonna submit our answer 44.
Incorrect.
Motherfucker.
I can give you guys another person that wore it. It might
Okay,
not
yeah.
help.
What is that?
What is it?
Who was
Well,
it?
you guys can guess too.
Who
Just first person.
wore it?
Who else
Who
wore
wore
it?
Another one. Mike Piazza.
Who the
Oh,
He played on the Mets, right?
wait, what did you guess? 44? Mike Piazza, I believe it was 33.
That is correct.
Bang! Stop playing with my ball knowledge.
GG's.
Got like 8 extra
GG's.
Look at that
rounds.
ball knowledge.
8 extra rounds.
GG's. What was it again?
33.
33.
makes
Mike
sense.
Piazza, baby.
Yeah, that makes
I was
sense.
getting there. I said
44
31.
was right on
Hey,
the
honestly,
doorstep, dude.
shout out MLB The Show, baby. That's all I know.
Some bullshit.
Well, that's
You
all we
coulda-
got.
you
I don't
coulda
even know
asked
who
me-
won that, but
We should do one for just me where you name players and ask me what sport they play. Because I was like, Piazza. I was like, that could be anything.
Jesus, man.
Dude,
I don't know if y'all know, but that's like insane ball knowledge.
That could be a
I just want y'all to
chef.
know that.
On the first
That was
episode,
crazy ball
I
knowledge.
That was
told you
crazy.
guys. I was like, this is my first season like locked into MLB. Like
I
I've
know that he
never
played for the
watched.
Mets. Did he play for the Mets?
Yeah.
Or was he the Yankees?
No, man.
Oh, yeah, okay. I knew that.
I believe he was a first baseman.
Next episode, let's just do
Like Mike-
Chelly guesses what
Mike
sport
Piazza?
these players play
like one of the best
because
catchers ever.
there's
Oh, MLB
certain
The
sports
Show,
that
he was for sure not a catcher.
certain sports that I just am not tapped into, and MLB was definitely one of them. College basketball's another one.
Let me
College
look at
football
his,
is another one.
card.
All right, well, been another episode of the Will Be Seeing podcast. We got another episode coming out on Thursday, but we will, in fact, be.
We'll be seeing.
He was a
We'll
catcher.
be. Appreciate you
seeing.
guys.